Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel, where I'm always breaking down the hot sports topics of the day. My name is Mike. As we head towards free agency today, the tampering period, the legal tampering period, I should say, begins today. And one of the biggest, if not the biggest name in free agency is Cliff Avril, the defensive end from the Detroit Lions. Avril has already come out and said he's more than open to playing in a 3-4. He thinks he can play in the 3-4 pretty successfully, being that he has a lot of experience in the 4-3 in Detroit. I think the fact that he's willing to kind of mold his game towards what a team needs makes him even more attractive to teams that could be looking to court him. A report came out this morning that 4 teams are heavily interested in Avril. I thought I'd take some time now to discuss the 4 teams I think make sense for Avril and sort of my 4 guesses as far as who I think these 4 teams are. In no certain order, I think those 4 teams are the Browns, who have been well publicized in wanting Avril, the Buccaneers, the Bengals, and the Dolphins. Let's take the Browns first. I think the Browns make the most sense. They have the cap room, which is a big factor in this because he's probably going to command somewhere near a $10 million a year contract. They have the cap room. Ray Horton, their new offensive coordinator, runs 3-4 and 4-3 schemes sort of interchangeably. I think Avril, one, can play in both of those, and obviously, as I just said, is committed to playing in both of those. So I think that's why it makes sense for the Browns. As far as the Bengals go, the Bengals have a lot of cap room. They're solid at a lot of positions. Outside of signing Andre Smith, they have no other big-ticket free agents of their own that they could re-sign. And with so much cap room and, with a young defense that they're building, a young quality defensive line that they're building, I think that I know you might say, well, this is sort of an embarrassment of riches. This is a team that had, was one of the teams that, had the most sacks in the NFL last year. Yeah, and they did that without, besides for Michael Johnson, without a premier stud pass rusher. And maybe the Bengals look to make a move here on Cliff Avril and really stamp themselves as a legit contender right now in that division. Now you figure maybe Baltimore takes a step back after winning the Super Bowl, maybe Pittsburgh getting a little up there in age, maybe the Bengals look at getting Avril as a way to sort of take the next step here. Again, that's a team off the radar, but they have so much cap room. I expect them to make some big moves this offseason. The next team, the Dolphins. Again, the Dolphins have needs in the secondary. They franchise tagged Randy Starks, the defensive tackle. They have cap room. What if they go corner in the first round of the draft and then get Cliff Avril here to go opposite Cameron Wake on that defensive line? Think about those two guys rushing the passer, how important rushing the passer is in the division they play in with the Patriots. Don't sleep on the Dolphins here, who have been savvy in free agency so far, retaining some of their own guys. If they can re-sign him and Jake Long for under $20 million, they'll still even have some more cap room to do some things they have to do here because they have over $35 million in cap room. So I think that'll be 2 smart things for them to do. Get Avril and then obviously retain Jake Long at $8 or $9 million a year. The 4th team I had said that could have some interest here is the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, again, have some young pass rushers that are pretty good. Their defense struggled as a whole last year, most notably in the back end. I think they addressed their secondary needs in the draft as they did last year with Mark Barron. And, again, Cliff Avril can be a guy to go along with Michael Bennett to sort of bolster. He's a free agent as well. If they re-sign him, then bring back, or then sign Avril, to give him 2, bookend defensive ends in that 4-3 to get after the passer. And then we all know that helps the secondary a lot. You got Josh Freeman some weapons last year, both on the offensive line. Vincent Jackson. He has Mike Williams. Now with the defense, you draft another guy in the secondary, get a Cliff Avril to go opposite Michael Bennett, and you have the makings of what could be a pretty good team there in Tampa. Again, in a division stocked with very good quarterbacks that you need to get after from a defensive standpoint. Those are 4 possible destinations I see for highly sought-after free agent Cliff Avril. Let me know what you guys think, where you see him ending up. Do you think he ends up back in Detroit, which I don't personally see? And if not, where do you think he ends up? Let me know. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. And guys, definitely make sure to subscribe to my channel. I cover the draft wall to wall. I cover, obviously any NFL free agency stuff, and we'll be doing more baseball stuff as we get towards baseball season. So definitely subscribe. Thank you as always for listening, and have a great day.